You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Want it dead or barely alive? Your old or outdated computers, monitors, and televisions, working or not. Don't trash it, recycle it. eCycle Washington makes it easy. Households, small businesses, public schools, and other organizations in Washington may drop off unwanted computers, monitors, and televisions at over 300 locations statewide for free. Find the location nearest you at eCycleWashington.org and click on Where Can I Recycle? That's eCycleWashington.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We have teamed up with Mary's Place doing Kicks for Kids. That's right, getting shoes on the feet of Puget Sound kids that need them. It's going to get cold. It's going to get wet. And look, we all take for granted that we got shoes that'll keep us warm. These kids, some of them here in our area, do not have shoes to keep them warm, don't have new sneakers at all, which means it's not good. Well, Mary's Place wants to fix that. Kicks for Kids is how you can get it done. Donate whatever you can.
Shout out to Alan E. and Sarah B., both donating $50 to the great cause, which is pretty dang awesome. Also got Kevin R., $100 to Kicks for Kids.
Yeah, Kevin.
And, of course, we got to give some love to Jeremy. Jeremy is part of the 69 Club. $69 along with Erica, Alyssa, and also Marissa. Alyssa and Marissa. Proud members of the 69 Club.
Look, we're having a big day tomorrow because tomorrow is Kicks for Kids Day on the Rock. And so we're going to really ramp up, get you involved, getting the donations. We want to make sure all these kids have shoes. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. A lot of mentions of that. And if you want more info, you want to share on your socials, you want to donate, go to KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Mix, you're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix.
Yeah.
But it is Wednesday, so maybe there can be some whacking involved.
Whack it.
Oh, maybe not.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Whack it.
I almost hit the release the Kraken, which would be a whacking the Kraken.
Whacking the Kraken.
You can't whack the Kraken. It's not Thursday.
Can we
Let
crack
me see
the...
everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. Release the Kraken.
Whack it.
Actually, it's kind of cool. If we can't whack the Kraken, can we crack the whackin'?
Whatever you do in your own time is whatever you do. There.
Whack it.
Not going to get into it. I think that's banned in at least 30 states. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Brad in South Jersey.
Wait.
Brad, what's up, man?
Brad, you from Jersey?
Good morning.
I'm from Jersey. You
Go
from
Devils.
Jersey?
You're not from Jersey.
I am from
I'm
Jersey.
from Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
So, Brad, do you used to live in Seattle? Because obviously you're listening at radio.com, but how'd you find out about us?
Actually, I'm wrecked in South Jersey, but I'm in Maple Valley.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. Okay. Brad, you do realize bad things happen in Philadelphia.
Tons of bad things happen in Philadelphia.
That's where all the bad things happen.
Is that where all the bad things happen?
Bad things.
Bad things. Okay. Well, as long as we know where the bad things
I
happen.
might have been a part of a few of those bad things.
You know I'm in agreement with that, Steve. I went to
That's
Philadelphia.
That's another time, not a radio conversation.
That's for our BJ Miggs After Dark.
After Dark show.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
for those playing at home, Brad will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Brad, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What color jersey is worn by the winners of each stage of the Tour de France?
Yellow?
Yes.
Nice.
Ludwig van Beethoven was born in 1770 in which European city?
European city, Paris.
How many different weapons are there in a standard game of Clue?
5, 6, 7.
6, yes. How many hearts does an octopus have?
1,
No.
2, 3.
No. Yes, 3. What is the first element on the periodic table?
Potassium, nitrate, aluminum.
No. What U.S. president put a Twinkie in the country's Millennium Time capsule?
Roosevelt
No.
or Kennedy.
No. Which NFL team holds the record for the most Super Bowl appearances?
Patriots, Steelers.
Yes. Apple CEO Steve Jobs was known for wearing what color turtleneck?
White, blue, red.
No. 1, 2, 3. Correct. Four correct.
I like the way Brad approached it.
No,
He
yeah.
had a good strategy.
You just throw it out there and you'll get a couple of
Not a
them.
lot of good answers, but he had good strategy.
Yeah, I mean, he got
Yeah.
4. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And again,
really, but
it's Brooklyn versus Jersey.
oh
Who will win?
Like, there's like beefs between like Brooklyn and like Jersey, right?
I mean, there's just beefs with just New Yorkers. So it doesn't matter if New York, New Jersey. If you're on the East Coast in that area, you're just mad at everyone.
That's right.
So you can find beef with anyone.
All right then. Well, Steve, are you ready?
And it really depends. If you're a Yankee fan, then you know what? You only hate Boston.
Well, yeah, there's that Mets and Yankees issue during the late 80s.
Oh, yeah, there is that, too. You're right. So there's a slight hate for so it's either the Mets or the Red Sox over anybody that's in a borough.
Fair. I must have been very conflicted if you were a Yankees fan back when the Mets took on the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know what to do.
Right.
You hated all of it.
Yeah, throw it all out the
You
window.
just wanted the series to be canceled.
1986, the worst year for New York Yankee fans.
What color jersey is worn by the winners of each stage of the Tour de France?
Gold.
No. Yellow? Yes.
Oh.
Ludwig van Beethoven was born in 1770 in which European city?
Germany.
No.
Austria.
No.
France.
No, I said city. How many different weapons are there in a standard game of Clue?
Weapons. 5.
No.
6.
Yes.
Nice.
How many hearts does an octopus have?
2.
No.
3.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the
Go Kraken.
first element on the periodic table?
Gold.
No.
Gold. Aluminum.
No.
Aluminium.
Paper.
No. What U.S. president put a Twinkie in the country's Millennium Time capsule?
Jimmy Carter.
No.
Ronald Reagan.
No.
Wheel.
Eisenhower.
No. Which NFL team holds the record for the most Super Bowl appearances?
That would be the stupid New England Patriots.
Yes. Apple CEO Steve Jobs was known for wearing what color turtleneck?
Skin color.
No. Wow.
Black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which famed musician wrote the songs for Disney's The Lion King?
John Williams.
No.
Elton John.
Yes, but
Yes.
too late.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you squeak by. You win 5-4.
Oh, Brad.
Whack in South
So
Jersey.
close.
Whack it.
I tried at least.
Yeah, you did.
Well, try again, Brad. We'd love to have you back on again.
Absolutely.
Brad,
There you go.
I feel good about Brad.
We'll send him off with
Yeah, go back to your bad things in Philadelphia.
Very bad things.
Oh, man. I thought this question was going to be easier than it apparently was. The U.S. president that put a Twinkie in the country's Millennium Time capsule.
Was that Clinton?
It was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Close to the, Millennium.
And he's no stranger to putting Twinkies somewhere.
I did not put a Twinkie near that woman.
It was the cream filling. That was the stain on the dress, right?
I did not stain her dress with a Twinkie.
Wow. The only other one that both of you missed, Ludwig von Beethoven was born in 1770. I
Easy
could
for you
almost
to
say
say,
it.
yeah.
You said city.
Yes, in which European city you said countries.
Yeah.
But
don't know the
Ludwig.
answer.
I don't know, Berlin?
Yes.
Berlin.
Berlin.
I'll take Berlin, please.
Yes, Berlin, Germany.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. I
good
earned
job,
it.
Steve. You did. So Robert Pattinson, as you know, man, he gets a lot of criticism because he said, I want to be the new Batman, and people are not happy about it.
I feel like people's changed their tone after seeing the little trailer that got put out where he's just like, just getting super aggressive in his beatdowns.
But he says he's cool with all the scrutiny. He's like, say what you want. You know what? I'm a professional. He even admitted that he's enjoying the idea that he could totally mess the whole thing up. He's like, man, wouldn't that be amazing if I was so bad? And he's like, everybody would be so pissed. And he's like,
then George Clooney called him and goes, no, it actually isn't all that great.
Yeah.
People will hate you for it.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson told a Total Film magazine, there's a slightly different feeling when you know loads and loads of people are going to watch something you're working on. He said, I weirdly enjoyed it during Twilight. The idea that you can mess it up. I guess I felt confident. I wanted to be on the big stage. The Batman is currently set to release on October 1st of next year.
I can see what he means. Like, in a sense, like there's almost like that little like fire under his ass to prove everybody wrong. And there's a little bit of a high wire act. But on the flip side, if he does screw it up, people already hate that he's Batman as it is, so what can he do that's going to make it any worse?
See, I will tell you this. I feel like there are Harry Potter fans that should be digging Robert Pattinson and giving him a break, in spite of the Twilight movies, because he played a very lovable character on Harry Potter, and he had a tragic end in the Harry Potter movies, the Goblet of Fire movie, as a matter of fact, and he played a great character who was really very likable, very nice, very honorable, and had a tragic end, which basically helped Harry.
Was the tragic end that he signed up for Twilight?
Yeah, I think that was the tragic end. But I will always have good feelings for Robert Pattinson because I love that role, and it was the first time I'd ever seen him in anything. So you would think Harry Potter fans might be similar people that will go see the Batman, that you would give him a break.
What if that was part of their rationale behind, like, let's just say they had like 3 or 4 different people they wanted to be Batman, and Robert Pattinson's one of them, and they're like, you know what? Pattinson's just as good as any of them when it comes to acting and abilities and all that. And we know he's going to bring it, but at least the expectations are so low that when people go see Robert Pattinson as Batman, you're pretty much going to be pleasantly surprised. Whereas, like, if you had like someone that everybody really wanted, if the movie's not as great as they hoped, then everyone's going to be like, wow, even with this person, it's a pile of crap, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if, like, it's like in a sense, like, okay, people aren't expecting much from Robert Pattinson. Let's over-deliver.
And he's a good actor. You know, he's British. So
I don't know much about. Well, I didn't even know he was British.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They get trained. They get trained to act. Those Brits. They get trained. They're Royal Shakespearean Company. But I mean, there's just a lot to their acting that sometimes some American actors just don't get. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm biased, but a lot of characters that people don't realize are British actors, and they play some outlandish roles, and somehow their British training allows them to be more grounded in these outlandish roles.
See, for me, as a Harry Potter fan, it was just his role in the movie was so small compared to the book that at that point you didn't even really get to see how he acted. So I don't even relate him with that role anymore.
Oh, I remember him. He was like, Harry was in such trouble, couldn't figure anything out for that Goblet of Fire, and Cedric was the only dude helping him
in the book.
In the
movie, he's there, but I mean, it's kind of just like, you helped me, I'll help you. But I mean, in the book, it goes way more.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. You know what, Danny? I'm probably just like remembering a lot of the book and just ascribing that to the movie. You're probably right.
So I relate him more to Twilight than I do Harry Potter. That's all I'm saying.
See, that had the entirely different
thing. Up until today, I'm sure we've talked about it before. I did not know that what's his face was in that movie.
Did you know what's his face? You don't even know. Did you see that movie that we're talking about? What's his face?
I don't know which Harry Potter I watched.
The Goblet of Fire. You don't know which one?
Which is the first?
The first one was just the Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, I saw some of that one.
Yeah. Okay. He wasn't. What was the fourth movie? I think it's the fourth one.
Well, I don't connect him with that. I just connect him with Twilight, and hopefully with Batman after all said and done.
Now I got to go back and watch Goblet to see if Danny's right, because maybe I'm giving him too much credit because of what I read about the character in the book.
But you can't just watch the fourth one. You have to start at the beginning and just watch all of them.
I will skip the seventh one. I tell you that.
How many are there?
There are 8, even though there should only be 7.
8 movies?
Yeah, and the 7th one should not have been done.
Oh, man. My wife wants me to watch those with her so bad, and I just no.
Oh, you'll hate them, Steve.
Well, I tried one, and it just did nothing for me.
Oh, believe me, they don't get better for you.
Okay.
I get better for me, but for you, I just know you.
Well, like BJ says they won't get better for me, so I'm not watching.
They're not. I hate to say it. They're not going to get better for you. If you didn't like one, you are not going to. Oh, the rides are great.
Universal Studios.
All right, where's Robert Pattinson in the rides?
I sat on his lap one time.
Ooh. Okay.
Someone says Batman's going to suck now.
No, sure, why not?
I don't think so at all. I think that Robert Pattinson's going to do a good job.
What if they got all like the actors that people seem to hate, be like the Joker or the Riddler, and everyone like that, like you just kind of like just dismiss because they're like known for like these movies that nobody really like, you know. Like, no dude.
Well, you got to put Shia LaBeouf in there.
No, for Steve, they need to put Pete Davidson as the Penguin or something.
Yes, Pete Davidson, Shia LaBeouf. Who
Kill
else?
him off right away.
Who else we got?
I'm trying to think of who else is like. I mean, Zac Efron, but I feel like he's already past that now.
Yeah, he's pretty cool now.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
I didn't get to see inside this car as I was down in California, but I want to know whether or not you think the chances are that it was being driven by who I thought it was being driven. Because I couldn't see
if
who
it
was
was
in the car.
Batmobile. I'm assuming it was Batman.
Yeah.
Somebody had a license plate that literally said Shia LaBeouf.
It's definitely not Shia.
Well, that's what I was. I didn't think
I
so
don't know,
either,
man.
But it was a good-looking car. It was an expensive car. It was like.
Do it!
I don't know even, it's like one of those McLaren-y kind of cars. I don't know if it was a McLaren, but it was, it was like Maserati McLaren level down in Orange County.
What if it was like his agent? And that's like his only high-profile client. He's like, screw it. I'm getting a license plate that tells everybody I'm connected to this dude.
But would Shia troll us to the point that he would actually have a vanity plate on his car? That's what I had this conversation with my wife. Like, could that really be Shia LaBeouf? Because it says Shia, and it was like as much letters as he could. So it was like
that's what I was about to.
It was like Shia and then L. I mean, but it was definitely like Shia and then La BF something. Like it was. You could tell it was LaBeouf.
Make your dreams come true!
Would
Just
that
do it!
First of all, are you that big of a fan that you get a license plate if you are not Shia?
Somebody got the Hamburglar as their license plate. I guarantee if someone loves McDonald's that much, someone loves Shia that much.
Oh, I don't think that anybody can love Shia as much as you could love hamburgers. I'm sorry.
Also, to BJ's point, if you watch that table read, he does a lot of work in his car, apparently.
That's true. That is very true.
See, I want to know if anybody has
I think
any
that's
idea.
so awesome if he did.
I and again, I couldn't see in the car. The windows were tinted, so I could not even see the driver. Because I tried to as we went by, and I'm like,
I don't picture him as driving like a fancy pants car.
Yeah.
Well, it was like, like a raceman car. Like you want to drive a fast car.
I feel like he's probably driving like some like hipster, like 70s type vehicle.
Well, you might be right.
He has. I know he's got like an actual truck, like a Silverado truck, because there's somebody that filmed him.
Okay, so he's got a truck, but
Silverado.
I feel like Shia probably has a couple of vehicles, right? I mean, he's got the money to have a couple
I
vehicles.
was asking for a cigarette. You said no. I said word.
Oh, yeah. He was driving a car that looked like he was saying word.
I'm from it, you dummy.
He was from it. I mean, he could have, I thought it was him.
I mean, what narcissistic person would have their name as a license plate, Rev?
Hey! Well, now I'm just called out. I still have those license plates. I don't have the car anymore, but I still have the plates.
I thought that was awesome when you had that.
It was cool. Like, I had a BMW for a little while, and I had En Fuego in it.
Yeah, that's narcissistic. When you think it's cool, when you think it's cool, that means you're narcissistic.
We should all put our Instagram or Twitter handles on our license plates and just see if we get more followers.
That would be fantastic,
right?
But then you got to be on your best behavior because then people know how to get a hold of you.
That's true.
Which maybe we all should have that. Maybe we would all drive better and be more respectful if everyone knew your social media handle.
Oh, that would be great.
That's your license plate, is your social media handle.
Oh, look at you, buddy. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Oof, well, I better not use my Friendster social media handle. That was DongLover69.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Remember Friendster?
Yes, I do remember Friendster, which is probably why it didn't succeed. Dong Lover 69. You probably single-handedly destroyed that platform.
Wow.
People go on there. All right, let's go in for who the hell is Dong? Okay, I'm out.
MySpace was Booty Grabber.
Oh, Booty Grabber is much more classy name.
Then it changed to Senor Steve.
Yeah. There you go.
From Dong Lover to Booty Grabber.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess when you think about it, Dong Lover, Steve probably was sending the wrong message. He's like, I'm getting the wrong kind of messages when I put on there Dong Lover.
Someone said I saw a few years ago a car with Washington plates that said BJ Shea.
No.
Yeah, was that? Oh, man.
What? Somebody's got BJ Shea
I think it was our buddy.
plates.
Remember Barrett, who listened to our show? I don't know if he
was
still
that?
does.
Oh, was that him?
Oh, yeah, Barrett.
And he had the jersey, #1 fan.
Oh.
I wonder if he also had the license plate.
Yeah, because I don't.
Wouldn't that be funny if someone cut you off and it was someone with a license plate of BJ Shea?
That would be
What if
cool.
they just go around cutting people off, hoping they get pissed off at BJ?
That would be
Right, like
Inception
a competition.
right
It'd be like some competing morning show.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but you know what? It's good guerrilla tactics right there. I was thinking I should get a Shia LaBeouf, a Shia LaBeouf license plate, and we could just have one in every state, represent. Because if that's a fan down in California, well, is there a Shia LaBeouf fan up here that doesn't have the plate yet?
So I saw Michael Jordan in L.A. driving a Cadillac with the plate, it's 23.
And it was really Michael Jordan.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See? Well, if Michael Jordan can do it, why can't Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, why can't I do it? Come on, don't call me out.
Well, Michael Jordan was a success. That's the difference.
Hey.
That's right. It is time for Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic You guide the show, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts at 920 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
I need a change. You've been cold to me too many times. You're wasting money. You're a leaker. So I'm replacing you with a new Navien tankless water heater. No more cold shoulders, no more leaks. Just spa-like comfort and Navien peace of mind. And oh, I want you out today.
When you're ready for a change, ask your plumber about Navien or visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Wait! Don't trash that used or broken computer, monitor, or TV. Do the right thing. Recycle your unwanted or non-working electronics for free. You can recycle computers, monitors, and televisions with eCycle Washington. Households, small businesses, public schools, and other organizations may drop off unwanted TVs, computers, and monitors at over 300 locations in Washington state for free. Find the location nearest you at eCycleWashington.org and click on Where Can I Recycle? That's eCycleWashington.org.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Spartan Plumbing. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And yes, Listeners on the Loose is where you get to say what you want to say as long as you follow Steve's rules.
It's a simple rule, BJ, to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're just going to gong your ass. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted and wanted to ask Vicky a question.
Oh, okay then.
Vicky, did you watch Family Guy this weekend? Did you see Stewie curse?
Honestly, I have not been watching any of the new Family Guys. I'm kind of a purist. I like maybe the first 4 or 5 seasons. After that,
What the hell happened that changed that you don't like Family Guy then?
Well, I loved the original stuff. It just got way too weird, and not in a good way. Dark, I should say. And Brian turned into kind of a jerk, and everything just kind of got. It wasn't the classic Family Guy I fell in love with in middle school.
But how are you going to know about any of the pop culture references we make from the 80s?
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
I'm just hoping that you guys only stick to the first few seasons worth of information.
They're I know they were off the air for a while and then got back on again, but it's 20, 21 years of Family Guy, if you can believe that.
99, I think, is when it came out.
Yeah, so that's a lot of seasons. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like The Simpsons. I know The Simpsons is a good show, but my God, it's been on for over 30 years. I mean, it's
Do you remember the last time you even watched The Simpsons?
No, and
Me neither.
I used to only watch the Halloween specials. I watched it regularly, then I said, I'll make a tradition and just watch the Halloween special.
Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, and then I haven't watched a Treehouse of Horror in a long time. Doesn't mean it's not a good show. It's the same thing with Family Guy. I think I gave him 7 seasons. That's a lot of TV. 7 seasons of anything.
So Stewie, is that the dog?
No,
that's the baby.
That's the baby. Little Stewie talks like this. A little fancy party, which you're about to ask a question, Steve, that I have myself.
What's that?
How could that be his first word when he's been talking in the whole show?
I'm very confused.
I think that he's talking, but really nobody hears him but us.
And the dog.
Oh.
And the dog.
So this is the first time that his family can hear him talk.
Yeah, because if you've noticed the episodes, you'll realize that they don't pay attention to what he says. Mm-hmm. And it took me a while to catch on to that. So
I just connected to that as being a child of my family. No one ever listened to me.
Yeah, good point. So if you missed it, Stewie did say his first word on Family Guy last night, or I should say Sunday night, and it was the F word.
Today's coffee service will not include Chewy Chips Ahoy.
Hey, Stewie said his first word, and it was a swear.
Well, this is unacceptable. We have to leave right now and go straight to breakfast. Unbelievable.
And they were at church.
Yeah.
So his first word, and he's in the front row. He says curses, everyone's face turns red.
Now, it wasn't actually aired that way. It was just beeped, right?
It was beeped.
Yeah, okay. All righty. Because, there are some shows now,
that would be epic.
You can't do that. I mean, it's still on Fox.
I don't know when we're going to be able to do that, because if you go to FXX or anything else, everyone is dropping everything now.
Well, that's deep cable.
Cable never used to do that. It's regular cable.
Yeah, but the F word still kind of kept away from us.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, the S word still hasn't shown up on regular TV, has it? And it's all over cable.
And I remember they had, I think, like a 1 F-bomb rule in Breaking Bad, but it was kind of muted. But like when you get the DVDs or watch it on a different service, it wouldn't be like toned down or anything.
That's what's pissing off Star Trek fans is even Star Trek Discovery, there's an F word.
I do know, though, if you watch it on Hulu Family Guy, a lot of episodes, like the earlier ones will be bleeped, but then like the later ones, they won't bleep any of the swears.
Oh, so they're intentionally bleeping them after the thing has been made so that you can watch it in its pure form. So you're sometime on Hulu, we're going to hear Stewie actually do the F word. You're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Oh, nice.
So it says Vicky is the Family Guy equivalent of Weezer sold out after the Blue album. That's pretty funny. I liked them back when they were good.
I like them better when they were more lighthearted. I think that's the better term.
Oh, so they got too dark for you is what you're saying. I know, I'm trying to remember because I watched longer than you did. Now that you mention it, there were some dark episodes later on. Yeah, I can see that.
I've never seen an episode.
You've never seen any Family Guy?
All I know is just from the clips that we've played before, the video clips that are on YouTube, like the mommy clip. I know that.
Did you see at least South Park's making fun of Family Guy episode?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember it.
You'd remember that one. It has like the dolphins, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know someone just texted in saying, don't forget tonight, South Park pandemic episode. Can't wait. Big hour-long special.
Oh, that's right. God, there's a lot coming on tonight. I got a lot to sift through. Oh, man.
Well, at least not to listen to like two old dudes yell at each other for an hour and a half tonight.
Not yet. Oh, by the way, Steve, here's a quick tip. Don't go to the Seattle Times and read their fact-checking article. You're going to get even more depressed. So even if you tried to sift through that, it was a hot mess in a dumpster fire in a train accident. That was the full line.
And that show, as one lady put it.
Yeah. And so if you did try to sift through all that to at least hear some kind of facts in the midst of them screaming and yelling and the moderator not be able to continue, my God, there weren't any facts either. And that's on both sides. I mean, I read the Seattle Times today and they're fact checking. Oh, my God, both sides just give us so much crap that isn't true.
No, I play along when I was watching on Twitter. I think it's like the LA Times or one of those places will do some fact-checking. And then, of course, people are questioning the fact-checking. And I'm just like, I don't have the energy.
Well, that's what fake news has done for you. Fake news has basically made you believe nothing, which is then, well, what do you do in a society where you can verify nothing anymore? What does that leave us?
You just yell at moderators.
I think, you might as well at that point.
So I did have the question, who do you think should be a moderator for a future debate? My vote, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Maybe he could yell loud enough then.
Gilbert Gottfried, if he's full shtick, that would be amazing.
He was on The Apprentice. See, the funny thing is everybody we pick up, I think, has already dealt with Donald on The Celebrity Apprentice. I believe Gilbert was on there.
See, I saw a meme, and I couldn't agree more. Samuel L. Jackson.
Jackson, yeah. I know there's a big groundswell right now for Joe Rogan. Because Joe said, I think he said he'd like to do a 4-hour debate with them, which I think is actually a short episode for his podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds about right. He'd have to be not high, right?
I think anyone needs to be high to go.
But in order to stop them going, though, I mean,
that's how he operates. So I don't think he should change.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's going to be able to. I don't know. I think Joe could get going. Joe's a Massachusetts boy, I believe. So I think he could get geared up and keep up with anybody that wants to not follow the rules, even if he's high.
My vote was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So whenever they start saying random stuff, it's just like, what? And just keeps going.
The whole crowd does it too.
Yes.
I would like The Rock just because he could always do his signature every time one of them opens their mouth.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Great. Dude, it was funny last night when they first came out and they made it a point that said, hey, you guys can cheer for them when they come out. But after that, no audience reaction, no cheers, no boos. And I'm like, man, it would have been great if they put them in like a WWE audience where all bets are off and the crowd could just do, or even like a soccer audience where chants are going on and just like people are booing and cheering depending on whatever's being said, chanting BS.
Can't we pipe it in like we do for football games at this point?
I was piping it in at my house, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Wait, that didn't sound right.
No, that didn't sound right at all.
Not at all.
It sounds like a perfect Friday night is what it sounds like. Yeah, so, it's, so you got Joe Rogan, you got Gilbert Gottfried, Stone Cold, The Rock.
What about Rev?
I was thinking
not Rev as the moderator.
Oh, no,
that would be funny.
You could marry them, though, because you are an ordained minister. So
I could marry them, and that might make things absolutely worse.
It might make things better, to be honest with you.
I know it was running around a little bit. People were saying maybe Jerry Springer. And I was kind of thinking, but he would also kind of just let it go. And I'm afraid to see what happens with that.
Yeah, because Jerry's an instigator, so he would just make it worse.
Yeah. He wants them to argue.
Yeah, as long as they have Steve Wilkos there to stop the fights, I think we'll be okay.
Oh, Steve's got to be there.
Jerry's going to pull some random woman out saying that she has the illegitimate child, and then they're going to Maury shows up. And
you are the father of everything that's wrong.
Might as well bring all the reality show.
I like that idea.
TV talk show hosts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we got to the bottom of that.
We got to the bottom. We know who we want. That's right.
Or you could do. You could have Sean Evans, the guy that does the hot ones, and then he just makes them eat hot wings while they're answering the questions.
They should eat that one Dorito chip.
Yes.
Whatever that chip is.
You know something, out of all the ideas, that would be interesting if he basically asked them a bunch of questions the way that the moderator did, but and not together. You let them do their own separate Hot Ones episodes and let us decide who to vote for president. Honestly, I think that might be the best way to get any information, because they're going to be going through the hot ones, so they're not going to be able to do talking points. They're going to be, because they're going to be on fire. Mm-hmm. And he'll ask good questions, or he can be given good questions. I like that idea.
And then the next debate, they're in that cold tub of ice.
Oh,
with Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Who moderates it.
All right. See, that's the great thing.
We've got it all figured out.
We got it all figured out.
That's why we're just great Americans.
Yes, we are.
Just great Americans.
Yeah. You know what? Jimmy Fallon. Because he'd come up with a game. Like, he wouldn't just interview them, they'd have to do a game while answering questions.
Oh, he's so weird and awkward, though. It would be a actual terrible SNL bit at that point.
Yeah.
So then Ellen with her burning questions. And then, but like old school Ellen. So then she snaps and gets not kind, because, some days are worse than others.
Not kind Ellen leading the debates. That would be awesome.
And then she does the thing where she scares the crap out of the person.
I don't know if either one of them would survive that.
Well, I mean...
how about Judge Judy?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't take any crap.
No, she would just sit there and be like, no.
She'd just yell at them.
I would like to see, who would really be good, actually, I think would really, really be good. And I wonder if she'd be up for it. Seriously, would be Oprah. I think Oprah would kick ass and and she'd take the names. And look, a lot of people respected her for so many years. I mean, a lot of people thought that she was at least somebody that, had a conscience and was really caring. And if you're thinking that, that we need that more in our country, Oprah might be the best moderator.
Well, if we're going to get serious, I mean...
oh, yeah. Well, you're right. Sorry.
No, I mean, then I should go with the answer that I give for everything, and that's Gary Busey.
Oh, Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Well, if we originally thought it should be Meatloaf back earlier today.
True.
So why not both of them? Because Gary Busey's the one that pissed off Meatloaf. So then you have him there. You know what I mean? And then it would be fantastic.
What if we just get on Cameo and just find somebody who's in the $5 range and just ask them to do it?
Right, like the host of some DIY channel show that nobody watches.
Yeah.
Or Urkel.
Steve Urkel, you watch your mouth, man.
White.
Why? Isn't he on Cameo?
No, but we said no one cares about. Everybody cares about Urkel.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
True.
I forgot about that. Sorry. Yeah. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It's Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 934 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in, do you guys prefer pie or cake?
Ooh.
Now, these are the questions we need answers to.
Yeah, we do.
Pie or cake? I'm going to lean... Oh, man, I just changed my mind in my own head.
It's a hard one for me.
It's very difficult because ice cream cake is the greatest thing ever created. But a lot of people don't get ice cream cake.
It's almost like you can pie it. It's almost like it could be a pie.
Man, a good pudding pie.
Pudding pie.
With some whipped cream and the graham cracker crust.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one for me. It really is.
I'm going to go pie.
Yeah. Same. I think I'd go pie, too, because you can just have any sort of filling. And then also you can have meat pies.
Oh, yeah.
Spaghetti pie.
Oh, look at Mr.
Spaghetti
Loophole.
pie.
And let's not forget pizza pie.
Pizza pie, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, well, if we're having those loopholes, then pie wins.
Now, I've never heard of a spaghetti pie. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh, dude, you take spaghetti and then you mash it into like a pie crust and then you can cut it like it's like a piece of pie.
Really?
It doesn't have a crust on it. It's just the spaghetti all mashed together, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty delicious.
It's just,
ooh, that does look good. I just Googled it.
See, that's just spaghetti because at that point, you can make anything into a pie if you're going to do it that way.
Yeah, but have they? No.
But have they? Granted, the spaghetti sticks together, so it stays in the pie shape.
But I think you do have a crust on it, almost like a pizza crust.
Oh, well, if you have a crust on it, then it's a true pie.
It just depends on who's making it, I guess.
Yeah.
If we're going traditional cake, traditional pie,
so good.
I'm going pie. Because I'm not a big fan of like cake, like the sponginess.
You don't
of
like
cake.
sweets anyway.
No, but I would go pie over it if I had to pick one.
Oh, but the bundt cakes are so good.
Someone said banana cream pie all the way.
That is good. Like, how often do you have a good banana cream pie?
Right.
How often have you had a great bundt cake? Have you guys tried? I think they have one around here. Nothing Bundt Cake is the name of the place. I think there's one in Issaquah.
It's a chain. They have them everywhere.
Yeah, I know they have. Well, I didn't know if we had them here. I know I've had them in California.
My grandma used to make those cakes.
That glazed drizzle that drips into the hole.
Oh, but they have all flavors, and they give you individual size, so you don't have to just have one
individual, little teeny tiny.
Oh yeah,
teeny tiny.
That's great.
Well, teeny tiny may be an exaggeration. It's larger than a teeny tiny, but smaller than an entire bundt cake.
But still personal, quote unquote.
I don't know exactly where they're located here in Washington State. I think in Issaquah, some Pickering Place. I thought I saw one. Nothing Bundt Cake.
There is one in Mill Creek.
Oh, that's where I saw it. Mill Creek. Okay.
They got that marble cake. That's always so good.
Nothing Bundt Cake is legit.
See, this is a no contest for me. Cake all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could never go without red velvet cake, ever. Like, with the cream cheese frosting. Some places don't do cream cheese frosting. They just do vanilla, and that's sacrilege.
That's just really good, too. It's like my second favorite cake.
It's like trying to pick my favorite children. If I only had children that I would considered favorites, that would be tough. But
awkward.
But yeah, it's kind of like that.
A lot of people are leaning towards, looks like pie. Oh, pound cake, someone said. Hello.
Oh, pound cake's delicious.
And button cake, that's in Mill Creek, according to one texter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I think you just said it. Did you know that?
Sometimes I'm reading while she's talking. You know, you can only do so much with your mind.
Okay, very good. All right. I just want you to remember that if for some reason somebody forgets what you've said. That's all.
I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
There we go.
Someone want to know, does cobbler count as pie? I think cobbler's a pie.
Yeah, cobbler's a pie.
Oh, I don't think so. I think cobblers are a whole different animal.
Yeah, but you go you have an apple pie, you got your peach cobbler.
But they're made differently. They're shaped differently, made differently, aren't they?
So apparently, a pie, by definition, always has a bottom crust, while cobbler does not.
No crust, Steve.
Yeah, but Wikipedia calls it something along the lines of a deep dish pie.
Well, Wikipedia is actually not always right. There are people that put propaganda up there.
Yeah,
not when it comes to pies.
Yeah,
I
choose to
right.
believe that cobbler is pie based on this Wikipedia article.
No, Wikipedia's got a very strong pie department.
We call it pie-paganda.
Pie-paganda.
Jeez. Yeah, that's what it really is. And Rev just wants to be able to eat everything and call it pie.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool with that.
Which, by the way, I mean, if you can slide cake in there, Rev, and somehow get cake to be called pie,
cake pie,
I'll be with you.
Someone said, well, what about no-name cakes, BJ?
Oh, what about them?
That should be number one on your list.
Are those see now they call them cakes, but I guess they're snack cakes.
They're little cakes.
Yeah, they're little
like
snack
a cupcake.
cakes.
A cupcake is still a cake.
Yeah, you're right. It's made in a cup.
I just literally Googled cake pie, and the first thing that came up was a strawberry pie cake recipe that looks amazing.
Okay,
like they have the cake bottom kind of almost as like a super thick crust, and then they just put like the pie filling and then the little lattices on top. Yeah, this is great.
I don't like when they make desserts look like actual other food. You know?
What? So I'm guessing those videos of of cake that are other things really mess with you.
What dessert did they make look like another food?
I watched some of these food channel shows.
What is that?
And they're like, you got to make a hamburger. You got to make a pie or a cake, but it looks like a hamburger.
Yeah, I've seen those. And like Vicky was saying, like the videos that was like suddenly they cut into a baseball bat and it
just messes with my head, man.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to eat what they're putting in front of me, and now I'm eating something that's like chocolate cake, but I thought it was going to be a hamburger.
Oh, I like the cakes where they make it look like objects, like
soap,
soap, toilet paper, bananas.
Yeah, I had mine done as the Infinity Gauntlet, and that was super awesome.
Yeah, but at least it's not an actual food of the Infinity.
Yeah, these look like
it's not something else.
Oh, there's
entirely.
a crock. Someone's eating crocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I've seen some of those cakes. They look amazing. I don't know how they do it. Where they make them look like a steak dinner, and it's not a steak dinner, it's a cake.
Talent.
So he says, hey, guys, how do you get into the 69 Club? I need to know. Thank you.
Well,
just donate $69 to a charity, and that puts you in there. The charity that we're recommending right now is Coach for Kids.
Kicks for Kids.
That too.
Yeah.
Kicks for Kids.
Yeah, $69 is all you got to donate, and there you go.
Boom, you're in the club. Boom. You don't
Boom.
get beat into it. You don't have to hang out with us for 8 months.
Nope, you don't have to.
And then we give you a jacket. No, you're just right in. We're money based.
Oh yeah,
our club is totally money based.
Also, there's no cuts. We can't get a cut. You don't have to be a prospect for a while.
Well, I mean, if you want to give us a cut of that $69.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I want to know if we heard that they're thinking about making a Fall Guy remake. ... They'll make a remake for anything, huh?
I wonder about the popularity of this show that we'd want to remake. I remember the show, The Fall Guy with Lee Majors, and that was what he did after $6 Million Man.
I feel like what's making it is that there's a game called Fall Guy.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
When I saw that trending on Twitter, I instantly thought about the TV show.
Oh.
And it's a popular video game, so I wonder if they're we can just piggyback off of the success of the name.
But it has literally nothing to do with one or the other.
Do you think?
But it gets you talking about it.
Maybe Quentin Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, since that was about a stuntman, because that's what Fall Guy is about a stuntman in the 80s TV show, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was about a stuntman too, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the actor in his stuntman.
So, I mean, that's the only thing I could point to why Ryan Gosling thinks this is a good idea. He wants to turn it into a movie.
Who's going to be the Fall Guy? Is it?
Well, it won't be Lee Majors. And by the way,
dead?
Well, he's old. He's still alive.
Well, he could be the I'm falling and I can't get up guy.
Oh, jeez.
That would be.
They ever cover that in Family Guy?
Almost. Yeah.
Don't say a bad word.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Apparently, Hollywood has been trying to make a Fall Guy movie for years. Even back in 2013, that would have starred The Rock.
What?
As the Fall Guy.
Oh, put him in it.
Put him in it anyway?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, Lee Major's still alive. He's 81 years young.
Yeah, last time I saw him was on Evil Dead. He played Ash's dad.
On the TV series.
Yes, and he was really good in that. So I like the idea of doing something with The Rock anyway, but it's a movie, so Rock may do it. And it's also not going to be anything really about the show. They're not going to do a reboot or anything. It's just going to be a similar presence. So it's basically a movie about a stuntman. That's not going to be much like the TV show.
That's dumb because they need to have the intro. Have you recently heard this intro?
No. I don't even remember.
Oh my goodness, this thing is amazing.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell.
Oh, and that's Lee Majors.
I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine, I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine.
I have to tell you something.
Death-defying life I lead. I take my chance.
Okay, well, sorry. Do you know how cool that is? That opening lyric, he says something about Farrah.
Yeah,
that's Lee Majors singing the song, and he was married to Farrah. I don't think she's alive anymore.
She is not, and they were divorced.
Yeah. So how funny was that? At the time of that show, I believe they were married, or at least thinking about it.
What a humble brag of a line. I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9, so fine.
Yeah, that's
pretty. He's just yo, listen up. I get hot chicks.
Who wrote those lyrics?
I don't know.
Because I know Lee sang them, but I'm just wondering who wrote them, because that would even be even more of a ego thing if he wrote
lyrics
them.
by Glenn A. Larson, Gail Jensen, and David Somerville.
Glenn A. Larson's the Battlestar Galactica guy. He helped with that show. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
So is he a stuntman?
Yeah.
That is also what else does the Fall Guy do? I don't even remember the show. I know the name.
I think he's just a stuntman. It's a show about a stuntman, isn't it? And then does he solve crimes or something? I mean, is that what happens?
He moonlights as a bounty hunter.
Okay, there we go. Because
Okay.
what the hell kind of shows is a guy doing stunts? I mean,
So then that's
it's
the idea.
American Ninja Warrior.
So maybe that's what it is. He's going to do a bounty hunter guy?
So Lee Major played Colt Seavers, a Hollywood stuntman who moonlights as a bounty hunter using his physical skills and knowledge of stunt effects.
What a
or
great
his
name,
truck.
too. Colt Seavers.
Yeah,
Colt Seavers.
To capture fugitives and criminals.
All right, we'll see what Ryan Gosling can do if he reboots this movie or redoes it or does something with it. What the hell?
Good luck to you, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Make sure you get The Rock. That's all Steve cares about.
Well, it'd be awesome if he did.
Yeah, and he was being thought of before, but maybe The Rock's too old now, because that was back in 2013.
See, I see.
Rock is ageless.
That's true. I think, you know what? I really think you are a super fan.
Yo, for sure. But Rock now looks better than Rock then.
rock now, rock then.
You ever see like pictures of him when like he was younger? I mean, he still looked great.
Yeah,
Don't
but
get
he
me
didn't
wrong.
have the, the physique. No.
Yeah, now it's just like he's on a whole other level.
Yeah, right now, he looks like he's an action figure that they inflated.
I agree.
He looks a little too ridiculous.
He is ridiculous looking.
I think it's funny whenever he's wearing a shirt like that's not a tank top because it's like skin tight. And I don't think he's like. I think that's just the only size he can get.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, like how he looks back in like his wrestling early days.
Yeah,
he was in great shape, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but nothing like you. Yeah, Vicky's showing a left and right picture, and I would love to have the physique he has on the left, but he is, like Rev said, cartoony on the right, and that's his current physique. It's nuts.
Yeah, I saw him post something where he just got done with his workout, and it's just like, sheesh, man.
Yeah, that's
my wife and I looked up the Rock workout to see if we could do it.
And?
I'm winded still from reading it.
Yeah,
I'm on a rest day just from reading it.
I don't blame you. Well, don't forget your cheat day.
Yeah, time for a cheat day. I could do that part. I'm in for that part.
What do Ryan Castle and an in-law have in common? That question will be answered at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and an in-law have in common?
I live in the basement.
Yeah.
16 hours a day, man, right here.
Just typing mean things to people, huh?
Yeah. I've been in Ryan's basement.
Some.
And that's not a euphemism. Or is it? It's got a good-looking basement.
Thanks, BJ.
There you go. That's all I got for you.
So it says they have all the liquor and food in the basement.
Yeah, they do.
That's true. I'm standing in front of a bar right now.
So it says my wife wants to be with both.
Yeah.
And I need a drink now. Sad face.
This is a really bizarre story. It happened back in February of 2018. A 29-year-old woman was driving in the UK and using her phone, and she accidentally hit someone in a crosswalk and then sped away from the scene. Hit and run a-hole situation. What she didn't realize at the time is the person she hit was her 61-year-old father-in-law. And he was seriously injured, man. And she did not come clean for a long time. Covered it up with so many different things. Texts and alibis, asthma excuses. She finally was in court on Wednesday, and her family was there, including the dude she hit. And he actually wrote a letter supporting her and forgiving her. I would not have done that. I'd be like, throw her ass in jail.
Right, an accident. You hit the in-laws with a car.
Yeah, sure. Ryan Castle, it's no accident that he's got a 12-pack, and that's up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
He eventually got that Goodnight Moon was printed in put out in the 40s.
Do you have a copy of that?
Goodnight Moon?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 2 copies.
Okay.
Yeah, he mentioned that he had just read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now, though, the big book in our household is the ones where you can put your finger in the puppet.
Oh.
It's like these little books.
But what is your daughter like?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
You can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on